Hi friends, today I'm actually moving a bit away from the topic which is financial astrology. I actually wanted to speak about one question which practically the 60-70% of the people whosoever show me the horoscope, they actually ask me. Okay. The question is, do I have the chance to be a billionaire? Right? And this is one question which obviously, like I told you, 50, 60, 70% people ask me. And a lot of times, based upon our general principles, right? A lot of people can tell that probably you'll be a billionaire, you'll have a lot of money and X and Y and Z, right? But what I have seen with my personal experience, I would have seen almost like six, seven, I guess, billionaires, right? Out of that, probably two were who were carrying the legacy, right? Of their parents, and they were one obviously was continuing with that, and he's obviously improving in terms of the business. Second guy could not do much on the legacy, so he's still there technically. So he's still a billionaire. He's enjoying his life. There were three people who were from internet background, right? Who actually grown business through the telecom and internet. To be honest, one of them out of these three, one who was into telecom, and the two people who are basically into internet-related businesses, and one person who's into pharma business, who actually made money through pharma, and over a period of time, a decent. Obviously, he's a billionaire, so obviously he made a decent amount of money. Now, my intention today is because I don't want because technically, if you see, right, there'll be like almost 7 billion, 8 billion population of the world, right? And every year you will probably see 10, 12, 15 billionaires technically, right? So if I want to generalize it and probably give hopes, I generally everybody can be a billionaire because there are two components which are important. But normally the probability of success is extremely low, right? So surely out of those only there'll be some billionaires, but yeah, broadly we can't generalize it, or based upon certain standard principles, we cannot identify those horoscopes, to be honest. In my experience, I've seen it. There are very, very certain unique combinations which are there in the horoscope, right? And if you want to generalize it, that this person will become a billionaire, irrespective of the area in which he's going to work, right? That I personally feel is not correct, because for certain areas, certain planets are important, certain kind of businesses, and for other kind of businesses, other kind of planets are important, right? So let me just start, because what I will do is I'll actually first I'll give you a general background, right? Which are the planets which depicts what, right? And the second, what we will look at is the kind of billionaires, right? I don't think so within 10 minutes we'll be able to complete the whole stuff. So possibly the first part, which is the planets, their importance, and the kind of things which we normally see in a billionaire's chart, right? That is the first part which we will do now, right? Maybe today. And then what I will do is we'll divide the horoscopes into four or five different parts, right? Broadly, I guess it's going to be four, right? And we'll discuss each horoscope, one horoscope of each type, and that's going to be in the subsequent videos, because that is something which will give you a fair idea that what kind of billionaires we're talking about, right? And how to assess the potential, right? Now let me come to the first thing. First thing, whenever we analyze a horoscope, right, there are two components which is important. One, the basic potential of the horoscope, right, in terms of what we call as a promise. Does the horoscope has that promise, right? That is the first thing we identify. The second thing is the karma of the person. Now, I'll say karma. Why karma is important? Karma is important because you may have the potential, but that potential requires strict discipline, to be honest, and your desire to move towards a particular goal, right? Does obviously star does play an important component. I don't deny that, but again, it is again a major component is your control of your own senses. To be honest, what I have seen certain things which a person particularly does with himself, either say meditation or some kind of senses control, does help a lot, right? Because promise will be there, but to activate that promise, right, you need that kind of discipline in your life, right? So first thing which I have seen, right, in terms of the nakshatras or the planets or the rashis, right, I guess the most important component which I personally feel is, right, that is related to nakshatras, right, and specific degrees, to be honest. Something like certain nakshatras, which are money-giving planets, money-giving nakshatras, right? Certain planets in certain nakshatra becomes extremely powerful, right? And more so specific degrees as well, right? And then an important component which we need to look at is the dasha sequence as well. Because if the planet has the promise, but his dasha doesn't come, right? So normally the activation will not happen, right? Activation in the sense the activation of the promise, the basic promise, right? So obviously he can't be reaching to that particular level generally. He may have the potential, but obviously there'll be something which is lacking overall, right? Now, whenever we talk about a billionaire, all these three, four, five, six components, right? They move in a complete synchronization kind of stuff, right? Where one is supplementing another, another is supplementing another, right? So it's like all the, I'll not say all the seven because that is practically impossible, right? But at least four, five main planets which are impacting his business or his thought process, right? They move in synchronization, and out of those four, five planets, at least one or two have the dasha period, which is there. Normally, what I've seen, right? A lot of these planets which have a longer term dasha period, right? They does give a horoscope which is a billionaire horoscope. The longer term planets, I'll say, is Saturn, Jupiter, your Mercury, I'll say Venus, right? Venus is 20 years, Saturn is 19 years, Jupiter is 17 years, right? These are the planets who actually, because normally once the dasha comes, it's going to be for a longer period of time, right? Second component which I have seen, right? That is another component which is I have seen is the person has already passed through his Sarsati period. Normally, I have seen 60-70% of the horoscopes. And the Sarsati period normally comes at a time which probably is the peak period of his profession or at the later stage. Now, peak period of profession, I'll say, is somewhere 25, 26, a person start working. I'll say the peak is 35 to 45. So normally he would have completed his Shani Sarsati from say 20 years to 35 years. Normally, may not be related to internet, but because the variables are different. But normally that is the period which he has already done. And once he is done with that period, that is the time things start happening in his life. Okay. Because Sarsati is something which actually makes you extremely disciplined, right? And it actually put a lot of effort in terms of removing your impurities, right? Impurities in terms of either emotional imbalance, right? Either in terms of not following the dharma and XYZ, right? We can do a separate, I'll surely do a separate video on Satsati. But the essence is in these horoscopes, in the horoscope of billionaires, right? They're like four or five things which I've seen and they are very prominent. Now, a billionaire can be a famed guy or may not be a famed guy, right? So to have assessment with respect to fame, that's a different topic, right? Surely a billionaire will be recognized to an extent, but the one who has an extraordinary fame will also obviously will be recognized much more, right? Now, let me come to the planets which are important and what do they signify, right? Now, let's the first planet is Sun, right? Sun, in my understanding, right, there are a lot of things which is our ancestors have given us, to be honest. But in my understanding, the most important component in the current context with respect to Sun is the government. That is the first thing which comes to my mind, right? Second things which comes to my mind is Atma, because Sun rules the Atma, right? Third thing which I will say is one is personal self-respect. That is another thing which is very important, right? These are the three things which comes to my mind when we talk about Sun. Now let's come to the next one, which is sun, which is Moon, right? Moon is creativity, right? Moon is mind, calmness, right? Moon is water, right? So for traders, a billionaire who's has been a billionaire because he was good in trading or he started his business from trading, Moon has to be very good, right? The third planet which comes to my mind, I'll put it as Saturn. Saturn, which comes to my mind. Saturn is understanding. The first thing which comes to my mind when I talk about Saturn is discipline, right? Structure, process, and repetitive hard work. These are the four things which comes to my mind. And the fifth thing which is important is the dharma, follow the dharma. Now, follow the dharma technically doesn't mean that I have to be always good. Dharma is something which is the widely, worldly accepted system, right? Which may not be a completely sattvic kind of system, right? It is like with good intentions, if you follow a particular, if the world has created a structure, something like a government has created a structure, if you pay taxes on time, right, you are out, but if you don't pay the taxes over a period of time, you may be actually in prison for jail, right? So the person who follows this process, in the sense that I need to fill my taxes on time and XYZ, that is something which is given by Saturn, right? But it can be surely negative people, but obviously a lot of people actually just make an efficient use of the tax system as well, right? That is again a structure which is given by Saturn, right? Because Saturn doesn't tell you whether this is wrong or right. He says follow this system which is followed worldly, right? So Saturn becomes extremely important because to become a billionaire, right, you will have a decent amount of manpower with you, right? How you treat your employees and how do you create structures and systems so that the organization grows automatically. That is something which is given by Saturn. Another planet which is, we come to the next one is the Jupiter, right? Now, Jupiter is the first thing which comes to my mind when we talk about Jupiter is vision, right? The inherent intelligence, right? Intelligence at a particular level in the sense that which goes beyond the normal routine functions, right? Jupiter, I'll say, is again an advisor as well, right? So normally for a businessman, right, who has actually become a billionaire because of his business, Jupiter may or may not be good, right? I'll tell you why. Because good in the sense, I'm not saying it's good, it should be debilitated or it should be in a particular nakshatra. But what I have seen is a lot of times Jupiter or retrograde Jupiter, that actually becomes extremely powerful for this kind of business. Because when Jupiter is retrograde, it allows you to manage money in the sense that you will actually be concerned about money, right? So instead of going for a lot of philosophical stuff, what you will go for is make the money, right? That's the kind of nature that Jupiter changes into. Fifth planet, which is extremely important, is Venus. Now, whenever we talk about Venus, right, what comes to my mind? Few things. One, diplomacy. Second, luxury. Fourth, third thing which comes to my mind is wife. These are three things which comes to my mind. Wife or the partners, technically, right? So either can be a wife, can be a girlfriend, can be a husband, anything which is the counterparty in terms of the personal relations where you actually satisfy your needs, right? The next planet which comes to my mind is Mercury. Now, Mercury is extremely important planet for people who are concerned with the business. And normally, a guy who's working in a business, normally he'll become a billionaire. But obviously, there'll be exceptions. Maybe Satya Nadella is Microsoft guy can be one, right? There can be a lot of people who are CEOs who are making 100 million, 150 million a year. So they can again be a billionaire. I don't deny that, right? But obviously, very limited people. Now, the another one which comes to my mind is Mercury. I'm saying because Mercury is something which is intelligence, right? Mercury gives the intelligence, the practical intelligence, which is buy and sell. That is something which is given by Mercury. Mercury again gives you intuition. Intuition is again represented by Mercury and to an extent Moon as well, right? And Ketu does play an important part, to be honest. But Ketu intuition is more in terms of, I'll say the Sattvic intuition, which is more of a, what do you say, Sattvic intuition in the sense that it is more, which is not related to you, right? It's like you start getting feels about certain things, which is a lot of time we say we have a good intuition about something happening, right? That is which is given by Ketu, not by Mercury. Mercury gives you intuition, which is business related intuition, very commercial in nature, okay? And Moon is completely vague, right? Now another planet which comes to, the next one comes to mind is Mars, right? Mars is represented by courage, focus, and commitment. That is the three things which I define, right? And the fourth thing which I will say is energy, to be honest, because Marsh is actual energy which goes into it, right? And the fifth thing, which again becomes important for business, is your close circle friends, your close circle relatives, mamas, they are being represented by your Marsh, right? Next planets, which are extremely, extremely important planets in the current context, is Rahu, and then is Ketu. Now, two things which I want to highlight. Rahu and Ketu gives great results if they are controlled. They give great results not because the control can be of two types, right? One control which is related to the strength of another planet, right? And the second type of control is where you actually control them yourself. Now, that is where the part of meditation comes into picture, because Rahu for me is obsession. Rahu for me is out of the whack ideas, right? Rahu in the current context for me is internet. These are the three things which I personally, and obviously in terms of understanding in terms of behavioral, right? Rahu is one who can actually act very good, right? So he's a very good actor. So business, obviously, a lot of times you actually require that as well. The planet next, which is Ketu. Now, Ketu for me is addiction, research, and unconditional devotion. That is what I represent Ketu as, right? Unconditional devotion in the sense if you're actually working on a particular project or a product, right? So this strength will be given by Marsh, right? But the addiction or the desire to work on that will be given by Ketu. That is why Marsh behaves like Ketu and Ketu behaves like, I'll not say Marsh behaves like Ketu, but Ketu behaves more like Marsh, right? So these are the 7 planets which defines the broad characteristics of each planet related to, I'll say, business, because in our context, this was more important in terms of the business, right? Now, how do we judge whether a person is going to be a billionaire or not billionaire, right? I'll give you some basics, right? One basic, a planet for me becomes extremely strong in its own nakshatra, right? Now, this is, I have seen in numerous horoscopes, right? Normally, what we say is that Marsh will become debilitated or Uch Marsh in particular degrees in a particular Rashi. That does work. I don't deny that at all, right? But one thing which I've learned, Marsh will give best results when it is in its own nakshatra, because that is the time it will have the power, because it's in own house, own nakshatra, right? Because if it is in own nakshatra, it has complete control on its own energies, and that is the time it will give you beautiful results. That is what I have seen practically. Right? Same way as Saturn or Venus or Jupiter or Rahu, except 2 planets, which is Rahu and Ketu. Because Rahu and Ketu, if they are on own nakshatra, they can create havoc as well. Reason, because they become unguided. So you always need a guide for Rahu and Ketu. Now for Rahu, the most important thing is the one who can propel Rahu to work, right? Because he has desire to work, but there has to be a system backing Rahu. Then only Rahu can be effective. On the other side, Ketu is something which is unguided missile. So you always need a guide who can ask Ketu to deliver at a particular point. So Ketu actually becomes important with respect to, so a control of Ketu is extremely important if somebody wants to achieve something related to Ketu kind of stuff. So who controls Ketu is again a different question, which we can later on we can analyze that. Now, to judge it, right, there can be different kind of billionaires, right? I would like to classify them into 4 or 5 different components. I'll not say components, but 4 different types, right? First, I will say is a billionaire. You guys can also suggest, because I'll put this video. So if somebody has certain comments, they can always communicate that to me, right? I'll take up that separately, if that makes sense. So first kind of billionaires, which I identify as somebody who's inherited a lot of wealth, right? So they are basically people who actually become owner of a heritage, technically, right? So there can be 2 kind of people in that. One who builds upon that heritage, and second who actually enjoys that heritage, to be honest, right? They are the two kind of people. Now, next is people which I will take up as somebody who builds a business from scratch, right? And solely at his own effort, and is so maybe there can be different kind of industries in that, right? One which is say related to internet or new technologies. I'll include new technologies as internet based or maybe like research based, which is pharmaceutical or biotech or any other field, right? Maybe I'll say something which is related to extraterrestrial kind of stuff like spacecrafts and kind of stuff. That is another area which we can define as a new technologies, right? Then there is something which is related to industries. I'll say, right? Industry is a particular different kind of connotation. I'm saying it primarily based upon two or three things. Primarily because I want to identify the importance of each planet for different kind of businesses. That's the intent. So now let's come to the first one. First one is where the person gets the heritage, right? And he is not able to build upon that heritage, okay? But he enjoys his life completely. Okay? So my understanding, there are three planets which I've seen in different horoscopes, which are extremely important. First is Ketu. Now, why Ketu? Ketu is important because Ketu is a remuneration or the results from our ancestors as well. That is one of the major components of Ketu. So this is the result of our past karmas, our karmas or our family's karmas, right? So Ketu becomes extremely important for heritage. So if somebody is a billionaire whose dad was a billionaire, that is why he is a billionaire. So you assume Ketu is going to be good, surely good, right? The second star which becomes extremely important in this kind of horoscope is Sun. Normally what I have seen is Sun placed in its own nakshatra, either in house 9, 10, 11. These are three houses which I've seen. Or a lot of times, Sun can be good in the fourth house as well. But fourth house Sun normally give results which are heritage surely, but in addition, a lot of effort as well from the personal side, right? Or I'll say another house which is extremely important is the house number 5th, because 5th again primarily because it sees the house number 11, right? So these are the 5-6 planets. Normally, Sun in its own nakshatra or Mitra nakshatra or nakshatra of its friends, right? Which is say Jupiter or somebody, right? Normally should be there, but Sun normally in Leo, I have seen Leo Sun in these houses gives beautiful results, right? Another house for Sun is Aries as well. But Aries normally, Sun in Aries will give a very strong personality. So it does not represent legacy, it actually represents strong personalities. In few of the horoscope, what I have seen is Sun placed in Magha Nakshatra, right? And placed with Ketu. That is one of those very strong combinations for this kind of charts of billionaires. But obviously, two planets cannot decide it, right? So there has to be multiple other planets. But for a person who's coming from a legacy issue, this is what he represents. Right? Another thing which comes to my mind is Venus, because the person whose dad was a billionaire, normally he would have lived a luxurious life, normally, right? So Venus has to be good, and that is what I've seen in numerous horoscopes. Again, Venus placed with the same houses normally, which is your 9th, 10th, 11th, very great, right? And normally I've seen Venus placed in 10th house or in the 4th house. That's the normal combinations for Venus. Sometimes I've seen Venus placed in 5th house also gives decent results. I'll not say the best of the results because that's not his own house, and even the 7th house. These are 3-4 placements for Venus. For these kind of horoscopes where we say the person has legacy, but he could not build it for. Now let's come to the second chart, which wherein we say the person had the legacy and he could build it further. So I'll say the first 3 planets becomes extremely important, which anyway, because they represent heritage, it does not represent the going forward, because a person who builds up further has to be a good businessman as well, right? So normally in these horoscopes, I've seen 2 or 3 things becomes extremely important. In addition to these 3 planets, which is Ketu, Sun, Venus. The other planet in the house which becomes extremely important is house number 3rd. Because if a person has to grow business, 3rd house, which is a very underrated house, to be honest, right, has a very strong presence of either say Mars or Jupiter, or even Saturn to an extent. Rahu again good, I don't know that. But Rahu, if Rahu is in third house, normally the person will get more towards the business which is related to internet, right? So these three planets becomes extremely important. A lot of times I have seen even Moon gives good feeling in house number third, right? Moon has to be very well placed as well. Either these planets associated. Now the seventh house also becomes extremely important because seventh house is the house for business, right? So in these kind of places, seventh house has to be occupied by good combinations. I'll not say each individual planet can make a billionaire, right? But the combination has to be good, right? Where a lot of planets are either associated in different, either like 4-5 combination, planets which are like 3-4 planets sitting in the house number 7. Nakshatra may be same, and the nakshatra lord for all these three planets is very well placed or aspecting this combination. They can be multiple combinations, but each individual, each combinations which are just on an independent basis, right? This is another combination which is generally people have, right? Now let's come to the third one, which is new generation billionaires. New generation billionaires, obviously a person has to be a good businessman. Plus, the most important planet in this kind of combination is Rahu. Because any new technology which is not related to health, right, or pharma, normally is represented by Rahu. Internet is one, space is another one, which is again represented by Rahu. So the placement of Rahu has to be very good. Now, how do we call that the placement of Rahu is good, right? The placement of Rahu is good when it is in own nakshatra and sitting with the Yogakarka planet. Yogakarka planet in the sense because the Yogakarka planets becomes the guide for Rahu to achieve what he wants to achieve. Because otherwise Rahu independently, right, will go completely haywire because it has so much of energy. And unless you attach a guide to that energy, right, the results which are going to come are not going to be commensurate. Normally, what I've seen almost 3 horoscopes for this kind of, right? Rahu will be placed with Mercury or Venus. Venus, if it gets placed with Venus, then Venus will take him more towards the movie, film industry, XYZ. But if Rahu is attached with Mercury, that is the best placement for a guy who's going to be running an internet business. Now, where do these planets need to be placed? Normally, I have seen either 5th house, 3rd house, great, even 11th house, fabulous, 10th or 9th. These are the 5 houses which defines this. A lot of times I had seen the presence of Mercury and Rahu in the 7th house as well. But Mercury and Rahu in the 7th house impacts the family life on the other way, right? That's the broad combination, but a billionaire is a prospect, is a possibility. Even in Lagna, right? Mercury and Rahu can give fabulous results. So these are the basic combinations. Now come to the fourth kind of horoscope, which is more of an industrial kind of guys, right? Now, industrial legacy is surely one, but the importance of house shifts from house number 11 to house number 2. Because normally what I have seen, industrialist, one who's a recognized industrialist, the one who's more something like Mukesh Ambani, that is one combination. Second combination is some old Indian industrialist, right, who does not have a huge name, but he has huge cash, right? So people who are not into limelight, but obviously they can be billionaires as well. So the person who does not have that name, right, or he has a name within his own circle, right, that all is defined by house number 2. That kind of billionaires will be defined by house number 2. So house number 2 actually becomes more important for them as compared to house number 11. House number 11 will be good, but house 2 becomes extremely important. And there's second kind of billionaires who are billionaires, plus who has a lot of name as well, name, fame, luxury, XYZ. That is all defined by house number 11. House number 11 becomes important, right? Normally, what I have seen a combination of Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter. These three in Lagna defines normally a guy in a good Rashi or a Nakshatra, right? Defines a person who's into manufacturing or who can be industrialist. Second combination, which becomes extremely important for these guys, is the presence of Mercury, Venus, and Sun. Sun, suppose if it is a Leo Lagna Kundi, right? The presence of Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter, Lagna, that becomes one combination. Second may be Mercury, Venus, Sun in the second house. So which forms a good Neech Raju. Plus we need to see the nakshatras as well, right? Because Venus placed in the second house because Leo will have nakshatra which is Venus, Ketu and Sun. And sixth house will have combinations which is related to other planets, which is Mars, Moon, and Rahu. Right? They'll be the basic nakshatra in house number 6. Right? So that is one combination which can be there because the second house becomes important and much more important as compared to house number 11. Now let's come to the another kind of horoscope. Another kind of horoscope is where the person has actually built up his empire based on the business from pharmaceutical or research, right? Research can be of something like Apple, right? They actually created, invented a particular product, which became, no, I'll not say, yeah, which became overnight success. But the amount of effort they have put in towards that was like years, or I'll say decades, right? So that kind of combination is normally driven by, because that kind of billionaire will always be driven by, normally will be driven by Ketu. Why Ketu? Because Ketu is unconditional devotion towards a particular cause. Now, cause can be anything. Cause can be a product development, cause can be a project, cause can be Mother Teresa kind of activities, right? NGOs, social activists. Even cause can be a doll as well, because that's again a cause. Because that is what his business is, because Ketu gives that addiction, right? So now, whether he's going to be Don or whether he's going to be Mother Teresa or whether it's going to be someone else, is going to be driven by the planet which controls Ketu and the nakshatra in which the Ketu is placed. So that becomes extremely important. House number 8 becomes extremely important for a person who's dependent upon research, because 8th house represents research. Now, 8th house also depicts what? The other most important planet, which is anything which is below the earth. So, which is what? Occult can be one. Your mining can be another business. Energy can be another business. They're all driven by which is below the earth, right? So these are the 5 kind of horoscopes which we will discuss over a period of time. So first kind of horoscope which we discussed was legacy and who could not build up further. Second is who got the legacy and could build up further. Third kind of horoscope is one who are actually dependent upon internet related new generation kind of billionaires. Fourth is which is research based billionaires. Fifth is which is industry based billionaires. So what we will do in the next one is, even if you want to include say actresses or anything who's related to say movie or fashion industry or something like that, right? That is another horoscope we will discuss, because I assume that is also important, because a lot of people from that industry can again be a billionaire, depending on, right? May not be a full-fledged billionaire or multi-billionaire, but yeah, at least a billionaire they can be, right? So that is again one horoscope which we will discuss. But the only thing is we'll discuss it in different parts. We'll start with the first one, which is the legacy, because I've seen one, more or less I've seen all the horoscopes except the actresses and the models, which will take up 1 or 2 horoscopes, right? Thanks on any suggestions, please come back to me, because if you want me to discuss something more, please let me know, because to be honest, I'm a bit technical possibly, right? And a lot of people may not be able to understand what I'm saying, right? I'm trying to be a bit softer, or I'm trying to be a bit journal in my approach, so that I could actually address different people. Intention is to help people. There's no other intention. Obviously, we have opened our NGO, which is IM Development Foundation. All right. The purpose is obviously that what the purposes which we have defined for this NGO is one, mental health is one issue which I personally feel is extremely important, and that in the current context is the cause for practically all the problems. May not be all the problems, but at least 60, 70, 80% of the problems, right? That is one thing which we do want to address. Second is obviously helping women, right? Empowering women technically, right? So the livelihood kind of stuff for the women, that is another thing which we want to discuss, which is the purpose of the NGO. Third kind of things which we are looking at currently is people who could not afford education, or maybe they have a particular talent and they couldn't achieve something because of lack of money and XYZ, right? They are the kind of people we want to address, because we feel we should do something. And the fourth one is elderly people. That's very close to my heart. So ultimately, I just want to do something, whatever best we can, I'm not saying that we'll be able to do a lot of, but at least we'll try and do whatever we can do, right? So any suggestions, please get in touch. Not an issue. You can mark the mail. The mail IDs are there. It will be mentioned in the comment section, right? Or if somebody wants a personal consultation or something, please get in touch. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. Let's see how do we take up the next chapters. Thanks a lot.